I'm a mom of six, multiple six-figure business owner. I guess I'll start with how I got started. I learned
Uh-huh.
marketing from a family-owned and operated business that my grandparents started in 1975, and my job was to learn marketing. And so when I did that, of course, when you're 15, you got to learn marketing. It's not fun. It wasn't really interesting. But
Right.
when I actually joined Tanisha years ago in the MLM company, I had always gotten really good results. And other people would ask me, like, how are you recruiting people? How are you selling? Because what was I guess common knowledge to me, I thought everyone knew. And I was
Mhm.
learning everybody didn't know that. So I would start teaching my downline, who then started telling other people, and people would just start asking me, like, can you just help me with my brand? Not MLM, I don't want to join, but I need help with what I have. So it kind of made sense for me to start my own agency 5 years ago.
Mhm.
And last year alone, I helped over 27 brands hit their first six figures.
Nice. 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 So tell us like why, are you actually doing this? Why are you doing this marketing agency to help people?
My thing is that a lot of the people who look like us, we don't have access to huge corporations, and we don't have, the corporate friends where we can say, hey, we can call them up and say, hey, let's go play golf. How did you make your first million? Or what do I need to do to get this new Ferrari? We don't have access to that because a lot of our people are first generation business owners. And
Uh-huh. Right.
women who look like me, we don't have to let what society says about us define our lives. I
Mm-hmm.
have six children and I thrive. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have to stay on food stamps. We don't have to stay on Medicaid. What you don't have to be in a box that society says like, oh, this is who you are. This is what defines you. This is this box that you have to stay in. You don't have,
Right.
but a lot of people don't know how to get the skill sets, or they don't know how to turn their passion and their purpose. They don't know what the next steps are. And a lot of times they get online and we're in church and we're reading self-help books, and everybody says, keep praying about it. Just keep praying. But nobody tells us what the middle part is. Everybody says, I started here and I ended up here, and it was an overnight success story. But nobody talks about what the middle part looks like. Like, what was the action that was taken? Because that's what the people need to know.
Right. 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 What actually happened? So tell us, from when you was a little girl, teenager, to now being a mom of like, how many kids you got?
Six.
Six children. Like, I need you to go in depth about how you're running a business, a six-figure business with six children, and you're married.
Yes. Okay, so we're a blended family. And so I had two kids, and then my husband had two. They all live with us, and then we have two together. So, of course, I started out on food stamps. We started out with Medicaid, and I was like, this is not it. Like, I want to go, like, do self-care. I want to go do all these different things. I want to take my kids on vacation too. And
Right.
that was just not, like, it seemed so far off. So that's
Right.
how I got started in MLM, because I was still my dad's secretary and doing his marketing. And so
Mhm.
it took a mindset switch, because I was like, okay, what's something that's easy? That was my thing, was I wanted something easy to do in my free time. But what you taught me is that it's not going to be easy, and you may be able to do it like in your time that you're not working, but it's not going to be something you can grow to six figures in your free time. You told me that up front. You was like, that's a lie, you can't do that.
Right.
So I started learning about my skill sets, and I started saying, okay, how can I apply the marketing that I already know? How can I take that and put this over here to where it makes sense? So that's when I started like really honing in on the language that my audience speaks. How can
Mhm.
I hone in on connecting with them and getting sales? That's when I was like, okay, what do I do for my family business that I can do? So that included following up. That included having a plan of action. That included having a strategy. Then I said, okay, how can I get the same people who have already purchased to come back? And how can I get them to spend more when they come back.
Right.
So I started following up. I started writing out my retention strategy, and I started tapping into the 4 pillars of target audience. And I
Mhm.
know a lot of coaches say, you got to know your target audience, but nobody really like hones in like we do. And they're like, hey, these are like the pillars, and this is like what you need to do. So I decided to break it down and simplify it, because I hate when things are difficult, and I hate when people talk in like marketing lingo, because everybody doesn't understand that. And
Right.
so, okay, let's break down the demographics, and we're going to look at how old they are, where are these people located. Then I said, okay, now that we know that, let's go into the psychographics, which are the personality traits. But it's more than just like what publications they read and where do they hang out at. I want to know, where do you shop at? How long does it take you to actually make a purchase after you see something that you're interested in? Like, I went a lot deeper. Where do you hang out at? Where do you shop at? Where are you shopping and eating when you're splurging? When is she splurging? What kind of person is she? Where does she frequent? So I went way deeper. And then I also learned to read the data, because I